Hi everyone. Last week I was kind of craving tacos, Mexican food, something like that. Well, just happen to have this recipe. This is Mexican beef casserole. It'll fill your tummy and it's real easy to put together. So let's get all our stuff out and make it right now. Now we need some ingredients. We need some tortillas. I have the smaller ones. I got kind of the bigger ones. We can make them work. We're just going to cut them up small anyway. Need a can of corn. Any old sweet corn will do. A can of black beans. How about some diced tomatoes? Chilies in them if you want. A pack of taco seasoning. Pound of ground beef. Some sour cream. A medium onion. About a cup's worth. Some Mexican blend cheese. Once again, about a cup's worth. And to top it all up for a little extra heat, a jalapeno. We're going to put that on top. Step 1, let's tackle our tortillas. I've got 4 there, and they're the bigger size. If I had the smaller ones, the recipe called for 8, but I figured that was way too much. So we're going to carefully cut them in half, and I need 2 layers of tortillas, so this is the bottom half. Cut it in half, and then cut each one into quarters, and they're just big tortilla slices. So I guess if you get the smaller ones, you definitely have to go with 8, but this worked out just fine. And if you really want a big layer of them, throw an extra one on the pile. It's not going to hurt anything. So there's our top half. Now we've got to get our ground beef going. So that's 1 pound of ground beef into our frying pan. I let it cook kind of halfway before I threw in the onions. And these are kind of fine chopped, not really, they're not really rough. Your choice how you want to do them. I also like to do half and half where I cook the onions down with the ground beef, but I also keep another half that are still raw and kind of mix them in. I do that with spaghetti sauce all the time. Just something I've done for years. So we mix, 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 mix. And 10 minutes or so, we've got them all kind of ready to go, I think. So here's the cool part. In goes 1 can of corn, drained, okay? You don't need all that juice. Same thing with the can of black beans, drained and rinsed. Our can of diced tomatoes goes in. Kind of looks colorful, doesn't it? Next up is our taco seasoning packet. In she goes to the mix. And now we got to mix this all up. I mean, the good thing is that everything's pretty well cooked. You want to let that simmer about 5 minutes. And that's mostly for the taco seasoning. But when you're done, off the stove she goes. And here's the pan we're going to be using. Nice aluminum pan. I've kind of drawn favor to these. They're a lot easier with cleanup and everything else. I'm going to spray that up just in case. And in goes our tortillas. So this is half of the 4, and that covered the bottom. So we're good. Our ground beef mixture goes in next, only half. And there you go, beautiful layer. Sour cream comes out. That's 3/4 to a cup of sour cream. And I just kind of spread it around like that because I know when it gets in the oven, it's going to mush around a little bit. Our next layer of tortillas goes on. I'm trying to be real neat with it on the second layer. Still worked out pretty good though. Our second layer of ground beef goes on. Yeah, that really does look colorful. I like it. A little bit of green in there. Make it look really cool. Into the oven, this is going to go 350 for about 25 minutes. We've got time, so let's pull out our jalapeno, get a cutting board and a little bowl to put them in, and we're just going to slice this one up. That's for decoration at the top. They still pack a little bit of heat, but it's not, it would have been kind of cool to throw 1 or 2 into the ground beef mixture. That would have been all right. I could have done that too. But that's okay. We slice this one up just like that for color and decoration. Into the bowl till we need it. And here we are, the 25-minute mark. Our casserole needs some cheese. I put the cup of cheese in, and it wasn't even close. So I had to add a little bit more. Then we put our jalapenos on half, because it was requested that that's all I do. And into the oven it goes. Another 5 minutes or so just to let the cheese get all melty. And there is our casserole. Now, the one thing I would do different is I would probably take the jalapenos, put the peppers on a baking sheet, put them in the oven when the casserole goes in, and when it comes out to put the cheese on, put your cheese on, put the nice roasted peppers on top. There is our Mexican beef casserole. Worked out really well. Hey, another great recipe. I hope you'll give it a try. Leave me a comment below, one way or the other. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell, because that'll tell you the next time I upload a video. Feel free to share this and any of my other videos. And thanks for stopping by and watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.